Alright, yeah, well, I'm on my way home from the dump, and I figured I'd do a little driving video, so figured I got some parts for a tune-up, and we'll see how it runs before and after, since it's been a long minute since I've changed the plugs out. So the other day, this weekend, I went to Advance right up the road and got some stuff for an oil change for my car and my brother's Mustang. Got some spark plug NGK V-powers for the car, the Civic, and got another bag of microfibers and some Maguire's interior detailer, since I ran out of Armor All interior detail wipes. So I figured maybe try out something a little different. I figured you'll at least get the same amount of sprays and wipes out of a bottle of interior detailer as you would a container of pre-soaked wet wipes. Maybe even more, hopefully. So, yeah, I ended up spending a healthy chunk of change down there. Hopefully we get some sweet speed reward perks. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up and just let you enjoy the drive. Alright, I'm going to continue this video when we get back to the crib. Alright, we're back here at the house. Pulling into the garage area right quick. Oh shit, I'm crooked. Alright, let me get this unlocked right quick. help if I took the e-brake off. Alright, I'm going to get you out of here and we'll continue this outside. Alright, I've done a little inspecting and it looks like my RTV job is, well, you know, not holding anymore. You can see right there where it's leaking, right there at the corner. They got a nasty habit of wanting to leak in the corners if you don't glob it on good enough. And you can see back there it's leaking as well in the corner, as per typical. And you see the top's a little, you know, clean, quote unquote clean. It's just build up from adding oil because I was trying to figure out why I was losing oil. So, alright. And we're still kind of dealing with a little bit of, I don't know if I haven't bled it properly or if the head gasket's going, or I don't know. We're just gonna keep doing it. It's not acting like it's overheating, so everything's good so far. So, but yeah, let me finish getting everything ready, and I'll get back to you here. Alright, so as you can tell, we by the thumbnail, that's the part number for the oil filter for a 2016 Mustang GT. And there's 10 quarts of Royal Purple 5W20. And then here's the purolator filter for a 2000 Honda Civic EX Coupe. And then this spark plugs that Advance Auto said went. ZFR 5F11s. These bad boys have gone up in price. They used to be like $1.50 a spark plug, and now they're like $3 a spark plug. Get out of town. Some 5W30. Picked that up for like $9. Not a bad deal. 25. And then since spring's right around the corner, got to get the Rain X, so that it's basically like a windshield wiper without having to use them. At least if you can get up to enough speed. And then I haven't tried this yet. I've had this for about a year now, and I'm kind of curious to see how well it does. Clean the dirty windshield on the inside and then apply some of this, and I'll let you know how it all does. But I know for a fact that if you do this right, it works great. So let's check this out. Let's check this out at some point. I'll come back with a later video, or at least a comment, and let you know how well it done. But yeah, let's get to changing these spark plugs out, and maybe wiping down the interior. I don't know. This is gonna be a weird video. It's kind of like, I don't know. I just felt like shooting a video, and here we are. So yeah, let's get to it. All right. So we got the first spark plug out, and not looking too good. Let me try and get the autofocus on. Oh, come on. All right. There we go. Yeah, it's looking a little rough. I don't know why it's so dark. Good grief. Right. Yeah, looking a little rough. So yeah, let's get the rest of these out and see what they look like. Okay, so I've got them pulled out in order of which, and the cylinder they come out of. So this is the first one we looked at. You can kind of see. And then this is the second one. that I pulled out. The white. This one, I don't know what, but it was not happy, so I had to spray a little PB down in there, which is probably my own fault because I wasn't using anti-seize on an aluminum head, but I figured it wouldn't be a problem. You can see there's some nasty on that one. This cylinder is not happy, whatever's going on in there, so none of them look happy really. I can't remember what the red means. I'll have to look in my book and figure out what the red means. I can't remember if that's like rich, which if it's rich, then that's understandable because this is supposed to have a D16 Y8 and it's got a D16 Y5, which basically means the last motor that was in it, which was the Y8, which is the one that's supposed to be in it, was probably blown up or pulled out and swapped for an HX motor, which is the Y5, which has a completely different VTEC lobe, basically identical to a Y8, just different valve train and a few other things with the intake, and it doesn't have this EGR BS, and so, but yeah, you know, just working with what we got here. Let's see if we can look down in the see the cylinder. I've never looked into the. Wow, that's crazy. Right there's the piston, man. That's cool. One of these days I'm going to get me a little bore scope. You can see the cylinder wall and everything, man. Them pistons look good, boy. That one's got some carbon buildup, but piston's looking good. Dude, I'm telling you, that Shell 93 Nitro, it makes a difference. I'm not going to sit here and spout snake oil, but, you know, at least for me, in my area, made a difference. I love it. But back to business. Alright, so here we are. If you don't have a spark plug gapper or spark plug gap checking tool, as you can see, it has like a varying thickness all the way around. You can always use a feeler gauge if you're pretty good at math, and just if it doesn't have the I haven't used mine so damn long, a little rusty, I need to coat it in oil. That's another thing, you gotta make sure you keep these things in a rag covered in oil, because if not they'll still even when you do, if you don't cover them good. But anyway, they'll rust on you. You just find the mill spec, and if you don't have the exact one, you just stack a couple of them together, add it up, and you'll get, you know, the same as this, just this. So usually if you've got this, you've probably got one of these, but I was almost in a predicament where I couldn't find it. I was like, man, where is this thing? You know, so usually if you can kind of have a designated spot, I found both of them in the same spot, so it was kind of funny. So yeah, pro tip, keep your stuff organized. But anyway, what I wanted to do is I wanted to check the gap where it's at now, and then the gap from the factory versus where it's supposed to be. If you're running a laser tip or an iridium tip or something like that, or the platinum, I think even, you do not do this. You can, but that's for a different level of automotive prowess that I'm not entirely well versed on. Mostly because I don't have a vehicle that requires iridium or anything like that yet. So hopefully in the future it'll be something I can look forward to learning. But as of right now, I just know they come from out of the box, preset to your designated gap requirement, and so that's typically why they're $10 a spark plug. Like on a customers that I just did, they had a 2009 Honda Accord, and they had laser iridium NGKs as their. I had to order them through Summit Racing, and they were $10 a piece. So, and I think they might have been on sale. So yeah, when you're paying that much for a spark plug, it should probably come preset anyway. Even though a lot of the money is in that little thin disc on the end of the electrode. But yeah, let's stop jibber jabbering and let's see the difference between where it is and where it was, and then whenever I finish doing that, because I only have one hand, I'll come back and let you know. Okay, as you can see here, it is pretty stretched out there. It's well over 45, and I think the most you'll want to run before you start noticing a serious decrease in power would be 45, and it looks like it's damn near 46. So all right, let's get this off. Get this on here, and I'll just come back. Okay, so you can kind of see it's super shiny. There you go. Hold up, let me get the autofocus. All right. Okay, so you see the difference. It was all the way around here, and this is basically being held up by the strap, so you know it's not just me putting it on there for show. That's where it goes without prying it open anymore from the box. I'm just gonna run it like that because it runs rich, and I'm gonna see how it does, because this was, like I said, 5 over, and it was running like a turd. So let's get these spark plugs in here and fire it up, see how it does. Alright, so I've got anti-seize on them now, so they shouldn't be an issue coming out. Put a decent little dollop. Got 3 of the plugs in, just hand tight, and I figured I'd show you how I kind of go about putting the spark plug in. I mean, it's quite a simple task. You just want to be extra careful. You want to make sure you're always, it shouldn't fight you going in. You know what I mean? Especially an aluminum head. If it's fighting you, something's wrong. And so, alright. So it's just finger tight. You can see I'm not turning it, it's just finger tight. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to take your ratchet, make sure it's untightened, and you'll want to turn it 1/4 of a turn. So if that loaded up is 12 o'clock, you'll want it to hit 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Yeah, 3 o'clock. And then it's tight. I just hope I can, yeah. Find there it is. See, there's 12 o'clock. 3 o'clock. 12 o'clock. 3 o'clock. A little bit more. 12 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Alright. That should be good. And we're going to put these in their respective places in the boxes, and that way whenever I come back in the future, when I know more, or maybe I know more, Something I don't know now, I can always look at the history of my spark plugs and figure out, you know, so long as I keep documenting everything, I'll figure out what happened when. And, you know, not that it really matters, it's just kind of cool and fun for me, you know, to figure out how the motor changes throughout its life, because it's had a long and arduous life before it came to me, and I sure haven't been giving it any slack. So it's not like it's producing an insane amount of horsepower, but still, for a $1,300 car, it's not bad. I've had so much fun with this thing, and I plan to have so much more fun. So, you know, ideally I can pull the motor and transmission out and it not be blown up, so that, you know, whenever I do eventually do the swap that I'm wanting to do in it, you know, I've got a piece of history. It's just a single cam, but it's my single cam, right? It's that kind of deal. So, but yeah, let's get spark plugs back in here, see how she fires up, get all this cleaned up, and let's move on with this video. Alright, turn the light off. I don't really need it. See how it fires up. See if I messed anything up. Alright, well that's going to conclude this video for now. The next video will probably be us doing the oil change on the Brothers 2016 Mustang GT, and I'll also be doing an oil change and obviously some valve cover maintenance as well. So I need to get some more black RTV for that, maybe some Honda Bond, get the good stuff. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who's been subscribing recently. We've grown substantially in a short amount of time, and I do appreciate that, and I noticed that, and I appreciate everybody in the comments. That really does help out. Just keep doing what we're doing, and you know, I appreciate everybody. Just keep an eye out. There's big things coming up in Tennessee. Hopefully they're working on a Oak Ridge Motorsports Park, so that you know, all this will be for something. I won't have to drive all the way to Atlanta or something like that to be able to go and have a track day or something. So but until next time, peace out and be safe.